Dragon Ball, a series that's well known for having some of the strongest characters in anime. And in recent years, Dragon Ball Super is taking that to a whole other level. We have Goku and Vegeta, who have now stepped into the realm of the gods and can use the techniques of the divine. We have Gohan, a genetic freak, who when he puts his mind to it, can easily be stronger than anyone. We have Piccolo, a super Namekian who has finally realized his full potential. And we have Frieza, a genetic freak who, when he finally starts training, it's crazy how strong he can actually become. And we have Broly, who really has more potential than anyone around. And if he really gets the proper training and puts his mind to it, he can easily be stronger than even the most powerful gods. But how do all these characters stack up in the verse? Today we're going to get into the top 10 strongest current mortals in Dragon Ball Super. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, we just got my boy Boo. As you can see, he's just able to casually overwhelm Moro like it's nothing. We know also that Moro is just able to use the life energy of any planet he's on and turn it to a field of magma, which Boo is just easily able to pass through. Not only that, he's just able to easily deflect the attack like it's nothing. We know it took Vegeta going Super Saiyan Blue and using a huge energy blast to be able to evaporate all the magma. As we've seen in the earlier panel, Boo is actually able to draw blood from a stronger version of Moro, while Vegeta can even draw blood from a weaker version of him. And this would just scale current Boo above Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta from the Moro arc. This version of Vegeta was actually able to press Jiren just a bit in the TOP. He even gives him credit and puts him in the same conversation as Ultra Instinct Omen Goku. And it's even more impressive due to Boo scaling over an even stronger version of this form. Moving on, coming in at number 9, we got my boy Gotenks. So we know that Goten and Trunks as a duo can somewhat press Super Saiyan Gohan. Also capable of deceiving him with after images and nearly catching him lacking. We didn't see Gohan go ultimate and them mess up their fusion and proceed to get one shot by Gohan. But when the fusion is actually done correctly, we know it makes your power significantly greater than your power would be individually, or even when you're working together as a duo. As you can see, Goku and Vegeta working together, both in Super Saiyan Blue, couldn't touch Broly. But when they fused together, just in base, Gogeta is able to deflect and dodge attacks that the two of them working together couldn't deal with. So the same should be true for Gotenks. If they actually perform the fusion correctly and then obviously go Super Saiyan 3, I'd say if they were to fight Gohan in his ultimate form, they would actually be able to contend with him. In addition to this, Super Saiyan 3 is clearly a 400 times multiplier. But at the end of the day, everything I'm saying is headcanon. So if you want to disregard this pick, that's perfectly fine. But I feel like if he was to get some scaling against Gohan, he would have actually been able to compete with Gohan even in his ultimate form. Just for reference, Ultimate Gohan was able to compete with Gamma 1 from the superhero arc, which is impressive due to the fact that the Gammas are equal to Goku and Vegeta. For those wondering, Piccolo's statement is clearly referring to Goku and Vegeta from the Moro arc, since that's the only time Hito could have gotten data on them. What form of Goku is the statement referencing? I'd definitely say Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, due to this being stated to be his full potential at the time. We know it can't be perfected Ultra Instinct since it's an adaptive and reactive form meant to take the user beyond its limits every time it's used. So it has no set power level and it has no limits. While Boo scales over Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta from the beginning of the Moro arc, I obviously had this hypothetical Gotenks scaling to Ultimate Gohan, and that Ultimate Gohan scales to Omen Goku from later in the Moro arc, so you do the math. Next on the list we have Jiren, someone who at the time was said to be above all the god of destruction. Jiren was someone who finally met his match when he went up against perfected Ultra Instinct Goku. Soon after, he grows stronger and he's actually able to match this version of Goku. So much so that he's actually able to make this an evenly matched battle. So while Gotenks could potentially put up a good fight against current Ultimate Gohan, we have my boy Jiren who could put up a good fight and match a perfected UI Goku from the TOP. So that's obviously why he's higher on the list than Gotenks. Coming in at number 7, we have Granolah. At the time, Granolah wanting revenge on Frieza and the Saiyans, he wished to become the strongest in the universe. This power actually allowed Granolah to be able to go toe-to-toe with Ultra Ego Vegeta, eventually allowing him to be able to overpower this version of Vegeta. What makes it so impressive is that Vegeta was stated to be someone equal to Ultra Instinct Goku at the time. He even musters up enough power to take down Gas, someone who was even able to overpower a stronger version of Ultra Instinct. Granolah being able to beat Ultra Ego Vegeta, someone who at the time was stated to be equal to a much stronger version of Ultra Instinct Goku than the one that faced off against Jiren in the Tournament of Power, which is what puts him higher on the list. Coming in at number 6, we have my boy Orange Piccolo. This version of Piccolo was able to easily one-shot Gamma 2, someone who was equal to Moro Arc, Goku, and Ultra Instinct Omen. Piccolo at the time was also stated to be able to rival Goku during the superhero arc. Mind you, Gas is someone who was able to take on the likes of both Ultra Ego Vegeta and Ultra Instinct Goku. Goku can later on overpower Gas by himself, and Piccolo scales to an even stronger version of that same Goku in the superhero arc. We do know that Goku actually does get stronger in between the superhero arc and the current chapters of Dragon Ball Super, but Piccolo also is training with not Ultimate but Beast Gohan, so he should also be stronger as well, so he should still definitely be relative. Plus, one of the major points of Orange Piccolo is to clearly make him relative to Goku again. So despite Goku having gotten some extra training in after the superhero arc, so is Piccolo, so they should definitely still be in the same tier of power. Piccolo's also just shown to be able to put up a decent fight against Cell Max as well. Based on everything I said, you can see that Orange Piccolo has power clip Granolah, so I don't think I really have to get into too much detail about that. Moving on to the top 5, we now have my guy Broly. Following Broly being able to finally tame his Super Saiyan form, he proceeds to push back even Beast Gohan. In fact, it's so impressive that Gohan even praises how much pure power he has just to be only a Super Saiyan. Told that Beast Gohan during the superhero arc was just stated to be the strongest warrior, allowing Gohan to casually just be able to tank an attack from Cell Max and not even being able to penetrate his aura, along with being able to just casually perception blitz and murder blitz Cell Max and send them flying. And we know Cell Max is pretty comfortably able to overwhelm Orange Piccolo. As stated earlier, we know that Piccolo during this arc was relative to Goku, and Piccolo basically getting beat up how he did would basically represent how Goku would have fared against Cell Max. Piccolo currently doesn't have any scaling to Beast Gohan, while Broly on the other hand is actually able to show some solid feats against him and put up a decent fight. So as of right now, to further notice, Piccolo is just below Broly. Now coming at number 4, we have my boy going back to the Granolah arc. UE Vegeta shows relativity to UI Goku, who is actually able to overpower Gas. We don't have any feats for Vegeta post superhero, but him just seeing all the powerhouses on Beerus' planet, he basically just kind of seems unfazed. He sees Broly tame his transformation and be able to fight against Gohan, and he doesn't seem surprised in the slightest, which just tells me Vegeta's not really worried about the power of Broly, and that if he had to combat it, he'd be able to. Plus, we just know he just rapidly grows stronger in Ultra Ego regardless, so that also gives him an edge. Nor is he really shocked by Gohan's full power. Not saying that he's able to muster up the amount of power that Gohan's able to muster up, but I definitely say it's not out of the realm of possibilities for him. He's within that ballpark of that power, I'd say. So much so to the point where he actually feels confident enough to actually have a duel of his own with Gohan and being able to combat him. So if I had to speculate, I'd say Vegeta at the very least is relative to current Goku, just based off the fact that constantly their whole narrative is being rivals and being relative to each other. Last thing we see is them being relative in the Granolah arc. Also, just based off him boasting, him beating Goku like this, like I would hope he's not out here boasting about beating Goku in his base form, knowing damn well at full power he doesn't stand a chance. Coming in at number 3, we got my boy, the GOAT of all GOATs, my nigga Goku. Alright, to start off, Goku and Gohan are just blatantly stated to be the strongest father and son in the universe. We know Vegeta's a father, so this automatically just puts him above Vegeta. Add on to that, he just blatantly stated to be able to force Gohan to go full power. And despite getting knocked out of Ultra Instinct, he's still able to hold his own fairly well. And he does a solid job at taking Gohan's attacks as well when he's defending himself. All in all, he just has the best performance against Gohan and just depicted to be the second strongest after him. Speaking of Gohan, he actually comes in at number 2 on this list. Achieving his beast form, his full potential is finally realized, and he finally takes his spot back at the top. Pretty early on in the fight, Gohan actually forces Goku to go full power. Once he finally taps into his full power, he's able to constantly have Goku on the defensive during their fight. Proceeds to hit Goku so hard that he actually knocks him out of Ultra Instinct. And the final chapter is just depicting Gohan just to be the man to beat, on Beerus' planet. Just basically depicting him to be the strongest out of everyone there. Everyone's not going to continue to want to keep fighting you unless you stand out as the most impressive dude among everyone that's fighting. Everyone even actually ends up going down at the same time at the end of their spar. Mind you, Gohan has had to fight the longest out of everybody, so obviously he's going to be the most fatigued. Yet he had enough stamina to last to the very end just like everyone else. So Gohan just being depicted as a top dog, it just safely puts him at that number 2 spot. Coming in at that number 1 spot, we just have the Emperor of the Universe himself.
Hello, monkeys!
Black Frieza, a form that was born through 10 years of rigorous training in the Room of Spirit and Time. We see he's able to one-shot Gas, someone who was just previously giving Goku and Vegeta a lot of trouble. You know how the wish works for Gas. The moment anyone surpasses him, he ages rapidly to make up for the power difference, and thus making him the strongest again. And in response to Frieza being stronger than Gas, Gas's body started to rapidly age to compensate for the power difference. But the power difference between Frieza and Gas is so great that his body eventually just falls apart and he turns into a skeleton. Essentially meaning no matter how many more years Gas may have lived, he would have never been able to actually reach Frieza's current power level. And then right after, he proceeds to also one-shot Goku and Vegeta. leading Goku and Vegeta having to go on a whole 2-year training arc. 2 years later after training, Goku is still hyping up Black Frieza's power, showing he still is yet to be able to reach that level on his own. Frieza essentially even has a statement basically saying that while Goku and Vegeta have reached the realm of the gods, he's even closer than that. So while Goku and Vegeta are within the realm of the gods, we have Frieza who's actually close to the power of a destroyer. And it's crazy to consider the fact that Frieza might have actually still been holding back when he one-shot Goku and Vegeta. We still might not know the full extent of what he's actually capable of. But it is actually crazy knowing Frieza's potential and him training 10 years in the Room of Spirit and Time, and he's still not even on the level of the destroyers. That just speaks volumes to how strong these niggas are. To wrap this up, Frieza just stayed to be close to the power of a destroyer, a Goku and Vegeta only within the realm of that power. And as we saw, they're actually comparable to Beast Gohan. That would mean he's also only in the realm of the gods as well, just making him the current undisputed #1 in the universe. But this is gonna cap out the video. Hopefully y'all boys enjoyed. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the rankings and if y'all disagree with any of the placements. Also let me know if y'all want to see any more videos like this in the future. Lastly, if y'all mess with the video, hit the like button, and if y'all want to come back for more, hit that sub button and turn on post notifications so you know the next time I actually post a video. And I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.